All right, welcome in everybody to Tuesday's edition of Daily Bread, coming at you live right at 8:28 on the East Coast. I know the tweet said 8 a.m., but I'm headed into the office. Ruby was wild, and it is what it is, but we're still live bright and early. Don't you worry, nothing started in that 20-minute span where we'll be breaking down the Warriors versus the Mavs, the MLB, and then maybe we'll even give you some NHL plays today. But as usual, the show is powered and sponsored by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. Be sure to be checking out that at running down at the bottom if you want to tap on in for Roland Garros and everything else that's going this week that we don't cover on the show. We're live on Twitter, so give us that like, retweet, and follow there if you already aren't. But YouTube's the number one spot to be if you're calling in late, like our man Who You is, and everyone else in the waiting room. We had some great plays dropped in the chat. Brubacher kind of spoiled the day yesterday, but I have to hit up Mass today post work because Sosa's and the Celtics never in doubt last night. He even got that alt spread, which was easy. But we're live on YouTube at Daily Bread Media. Give us that subscribe and like on today's show. The like definitely helps. But Sosa, what it is, we got Dan with us at 5 a.m. tapping in with us.
You already know, man. Yesterday was a breeze. Let's be honest. Yesterday was a breeze. The Celtics game was the freest money you're gonna get. What was it, over 7 minutes in?
Well, 7-0 right off the bat, and you kind of just knew from that point where
right
they never got it close.
The more and more I dig into this, bro, to be totally honest with you, Boston is without question the better team. It's dependent on one guy. To be totally honest with you, if Jason Tatum plays well, this team's a great team. When he doesn't play well, they lose. It's actually pretty simple shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty simple in my opinion, based on what I've been watching. You know what I mean? Like, if Jason Tatum plays well, they win. They lose when he doesn't, and he's the pendulum on which their fortunes swing.
And it's kind of the same thing
he
where
comes
you
out
can
early and aggressive. They look great. They win the game. They take off. And also Rob Williams. Rob Williams' presence makes a difference. You know what I mean? Like, it's a big deal when he plays. The rim protection he offers, the versatility he allows other people to play with. It's actually pretty awesome. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed by him. You hear him in the post-game press conference. He's just really happy to be in that situation, to just be able to play. You know what I mean? And when I see him play, I'm encouraged, man. An athletic big was something they've been lacking for a long time, and Rob Williams fits the bill. He's been absolutely out of this world for them in the playoffs. In the regular season, he performs very well as well.
And he's the BAM stopper. It was the easiest way to put it, because if you want to flip it to the other side, saying the games where Tatum shows up, they win. The games that Bam shows up, that he have won. I mean, you're on the 31-10 game, and that game was no sweat. But then, to your point, the counterpart of what's really slowing them down is any comparable big that can bump at least twice when he's trying to make a post move, because that's all you got to get Bam to do, is just not give him an open bunny, and he just becomes a completely different player quickly.
Hey, the thing is too with me with Bam is Bam has only performed well against backups. He had good games against Paul Reed and DeAndre Jordan and
Grant Williams.
But they'll tell me he's an all-star and he's one of the best, most versatile bigs defensively. All that other bullshit that you know is cool, but like I said, it's a bunch of bullshit if you ask me. I'm not a big Bam guy, never have been. He can't shoot off the dribble.
It's because he's a Kentucky and Cal guy. Easy
absolutely.
As that.
And also, Tampa Bay Lightning took care of business. Duh. Told y'all yesterday the first 5 -1.5 was no sweat for the plus money. Like, come on, everything lit. The San Fran game, the under in the Houston game hit too, didn't it?
Yep, and then the over and the fills hit
And
as
then the
well.
over in the field.
That's
So
what I'm saying. Brubacher and the Nerfy were just the two little spoilers yesterday.
shout out to Finesse. We gonna get Finesse. We gonna get it back today. Don't worry. That Aaron Judge. I mean, you throw 3 straight down the pipe to the hottest hitter in baseball. You're not. It's not going to yield you good results. So yeah, nothing we could do about that. Garrett Cole did his fucking job in the first inning at least.
And shout out to Jay Will's vid. He was the guy that was saying maybe be on Brubacher yesterday and actually back him instead of fading him.
Jur too. Jur as well. You know,
Yep.
Mr. 412. Shout out to him.
Past that, it is what it is.
I have one more thing to say. I told you Tampa Bay was going to fuck these dudes up.
Yeah,
I told you the Lightning were going to fucking smoke them. Oh no, Florida's got a chance, bro. Nobody's got a chance against that Tampa team. Nobody. Y'all need to stop lying to yourselves and get that thought out of your head. No one's beating Tampa, bro. 3-peat on the way. As long as the Ruski is in goal, good luck. Good fucking luck. That kid he's the best, bro.
Let's just talk about the Lightning's easy ass path, and then we can get to that.
He's the best. He's the best.
If Edmonton comes out of the West, then the Lightning have it easy.
Well, I mean, if Edmonton comes out the West, then my goat does his thing. I have no problems with that.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be dropping the hockey plays later in today's show. Let's start it off with the MLB today. One of the wildest results that we saw yesterday was the under was 16-4 in all Arizona home games yesterday, and they put up 7 in the first inning, and they covered their 8.5 yesterday. So you have this spot sitting here back at 8 today. Man, this thing seems like they used up all their juice already, and I wouldn't even at 8.5 at -110. I'm gonna hit that under to start off today's show. I was too scared to back the over. We're going back to the under here because these bats aren't staying hot today.
I like it, man. I like it. I don't see, like I said, you knew your spot yesterday. You know your spot today. I like that.
Second spot is potentially, this is just maybe just a pure fade one. I don't know about this, but you got to tell me, do we back the Cubs today because the Reds are favorites one of those blue moon days?
Stroman's arguably their best arm. I gotta shy away. I gotta shy away from this particular matchup just because I feel like there's better things to bet on. Quite frankly, it's tough for me, bro. 2 bad teams. Chicago's shown some signs of life. I'm gonna veer away. The play that I'm on is the first play that I'm on today is in the Tampa Bay Marlins game. And we're going to take the Marlins plus half a run first 5 with Pablo on the mound. I have Pablo bouncing back in this one. He did not deliver his last start. I like him to be a settling force. Alcantara we saw dominate the other day, even though he took his lumps, but he made sure he had a complete game, won the game. I like Pablo Lopez today against McClanahan. I also wouldn't be surprised if the game goes under. We got 2 really good pitchers and 2 lineups that have been extremely subpar. The performance from both lineups have been extremly light.
Yeah, if you're taking that under, that's sitting all the way down there at 6.5. And Pablo on the road is a 0.47 ERA in his 3 starts over 19 innings.
Yeah, sure, it's been absolutely.
And McClanahan, he's been more solid on the road than he's been at home, but he still has a 2.89 home ERA in his 5 starts, and nothing bad whatsoever. But we're expecting maybe just even a draw after the first 5 because that under 6.5 is tempting, but man, I ain't doing that.
I have 2 other plays that I love, and one of them comes in the San Diego Padres Milwaukee Brewers game. It's a fade of Snell lefties against Milwaukee. I'm going with Milwaukee team total over 3.5. I'm also leaning towards the over. I think Corbin Burns may struggle against this lineup. He hasn't been his dominant self, dating back to last year. And this San Diego lineup has just been raking the ball. Machado good chance he's an MVP candidate. Right now, if I were to put money on futures, two players that I would put some money on, Aaron Judge, you can get him an MVP at plus 400. I think you have to kind of bet that. He's been the best hitter in baseball this season.
Mm-hmm.
He's figured out how to not just hit home runs. And it comes at a great time because he's playing for a contract. And then Manny Machado. Manny Machado has been amazing for San Diego. Amazing. So I like that just from a future standpoint, that's something that if you're betting today and you want value on a couple of guys who look like they have a legit shot at coming through for you by the end of the season, I would go with Manny Machado. But my number one play on this one today is the Milwaukee Brewers team total over 3.5 at minus 105. I love the play. I think Snell gets shelled tonight. Snell gets shelled. I like that. See, I should have been a rapper.
Not too late.
No, it's late. It's too late, man. 2 Chainz blew at 35. I'm not 35, but it's too much work.
So we got a weird spot here. I guess maybe not weird, but this is the third time so far that Dane Dunning is facing the Angels this season. He's given up 2 runs in both of his starts, and then this is a big Noah bounce back spot from 8 days ago where he couldn't even get out of the first inning against the Rangers, where he gave up 4 runs and 6 runs, 4 were earned and 6 hits, or 4 hits. Man, what do we think here? Does Noah bounce back? Because
we can go with the over. We can go with the over. I think both teams get to each pitcher. I think they score runs. Over 8 at minus 108. I like the price. I like it. I think it's a shoe. And also, Syndergaard is just not the guy he was. He's no longer the guy he was. You know what I mean? He pitches with power, but the movement on his pitch is not the same. Just, it's not the same guys with the Mets. It happens when you have a bunch of surgeries. It'd be like that.
Yeah, and the rest of the slate, you have a Pivetta versus Cisse spot, but
not
really
touching. Dylan Cease has looked very good. Don't get it twisted. The only other 2 plays that I love are the Dodgers. The Dodgers.
Are we going up the team total over? Or
No, we're gonna go alternate run line at minus 2.5 at plus 130. And we're gonna go with Mookie Betts 2+ total bases at minus 110. He's on an absolute tear right now. Impossible to pitch to. Best lineup in baseball. Not really much to say. Mookie Betts 2+ total bases at minus 110. And I like one Nerfy. I actually like the Nerfy in that Boston game. Based on my numbers, that's the one. That's the one, Daniel-san. The Nick Pivetta, Dylan Cease. No runs first inning, minus 112, Boston, Chicago. That's the last play for me.
Yeah, the only thing I was itching today was potentially the over in that Dodgers game, but Walker's been too clean, so I would have to target the Dodgers team total if I wanted to get any action in that. But I'll stick with the plays that I gave out in the MLB, and then we can get to the Warriors versus the Mavs, and then we'll wrap it up, and we'll actually talk on the 2 hockey games tonight. We bringing out the brooms in Dallas.
Hey, man, listen.
To pick them, they're literally just begging you at this point.
It's been some nasty agendas on the timeline. People telling me that Trae Young didn't never get swept. That's what's on the timeline right now. They're saying Trae Young never got swept.
Is that Roddy on the timeline or other people on the timeline?
They're asking, is Luka that much better than Trae Young? I keep hearing. I've heard it. I've seen it. Man, listen, give me Dallas, but I'm just kidding, man. The fucking brooms are coming out tonight, man. Get a vacuum because, like the Silicon Valley guys don't really use brooms. This shit's over. I fucking told y'all months ago it's the best team in basketball. It's as simple as that. They executed a different plane. They're smarter than everyone. Stop playing with these guys. 4 in a row, get some rest. Gary Payton and Iguodala be back for the finals to give Jason Tatum and them hell. And like I said, obviously I'm calling. I think the Celtics win the other series, but yeah, it's. I don't want to hear that shit. They gave one to Jokic because he was the MVP. They trying to embarrass this white boy. They trying to embarrass this white boy. It's different. They respect Jokic. They try to embarrass Luka. 2-time MVP, Luka Doncic. And I like Luka Doncic. I love Luka Doncic. I think he's the most amazing Anglo-Saxon basketball player I've seen with my own 2 eyes. How's that one? Yeah? Fair?
Well, obviously, the Warriors are going back to the finals, Dan. That's the hot take of the show so far. First, game 1, I rocked with the Dubs because that was easy money. Game 2, I rocked with the Mavs, and they broke my heart here. They're not getting
Game 3, I made sure you didn't do that.
I was about to say game 3, you made sure I wasn't smart enough, but I got to take the Mavs on the money line at -110. If Vegas knew that the Warriors going to win, they could be giving you the Mavs on the plus money right there. I know you're excited. I mean, it's good when your squad goes back, but I think we've seen we're going to get the Warriors game 5 show out of what happened with the Grizz series, where shit's just not going to go their way early. They're just going to pack it up and just say, we'll just clean it up on our home court. We don't want too much rest, because that's always a bad thing to have a little bit too much rest. Get one last walk-in through on 2 days
Warriors
later.
minus
And I just got to take,
plus 164.
If DFS, if Bullock, if Kleber, if Bertans, if they just want to keep throwing up bricks and really just making Dinwiddie or Brunson be the next part, then the Mavs, you're 2 to 3 years too early. You're not even 1 year too early at this point.
I'm gonna give one disclaimer. Okay. The only thing that can stop Golden State from not winning tonight is nuclear 3-point shooting. And I don't even think that's a guarantee. We saw this Dallas team hit 12 threes in the first half in game 2 and still lost the game and gave up the cover. I'm not a dick rider, but I'm trying to tell y'all, this Golden State team, again, man, if you know what you're watching from a basketball IQ standpoint, they're just so smart, bro. And I'm saying that about a team that turns it over more than anyone. You know what I mean? Like that's what makes it so crazy
for the Mavs tonight. Anomaly. It seemed too easy for the Mavs tonight. It seemed too easy for the Lightning last night. It's really the simplest way you can put it. You just make them as short favorites or short dogs, and the better team and the talent usually just prevails. So regardless of that spot, I just think Luka gets one. The NBA is going to make sure of it. Tinfoil hat Rex for this one here. And we just think the Warriors just pack it up in the second half for once instead of actually show out.
Luka is Slovenian, my friend. He's also white, which is the matching term with Anglo-Saxon. Just because he's from Europe does not mean he's not Anglo-Saxon. Europeans are white.
Who you? We'll know real quick if the Mavs are packed and if my bet's done. You'll know by 6 minutes in if the Mavs have a chance or not tonight.
What?
I don't usually feature people that have the name anonymous. It's usually never a good thing. I rather do the egg.
What?
I'd rather do the egg with like Jeff Sessions or something like that.
Man's trying to correct me and don't even know what he's talking about at 8:40 in the morning. Jesus. Relax, bro. Relax.
Prop-wise, you like anything that route? Anyone going nuts other than Steph just being...
Sprinkle on Kevon Looney's double-double if it even holds any value anymore. I'm staying away from props in this one because this could be the game where Clay finally goes off, et cetera, et cetera. You know, I can't.
I was about to say, we've been saying that one for a while. Looney to record double-double is plus 250. Does that hold value to you?
Say that one more time.
Looney double-double is plus 250.
I mean, it's worth the sprinkle. I mean, he's obviously carved on a very good role against this weak front line from Dallas. Dallas front line lacks discipline defensively. They get drawn in by dribble penetration and allow him to just get a bunch of layups and little bullshit at the rim. I gotta. If anything, it would be him to get a double-double. Maybe Draymond's assist, but that's it, bro. Like I said, you can't. These guys who shot the ball so terribly, Any handicapper giving out props on the Mavs side is just fucking guessing. Okay, so when y'all watch other YouTube shows today and they give out props for the Mavs, they're fucking guessing. I'm not here to guess or lie to you.
The volume's there. They're literally just guessing which one's
but
actually going to fall
they're
tonight.
fucking bricking. And the thing is that if you want to bet on role players who have shown you that they haven't done shit in the series, then go right ahead. I'm not going to encourage anyone to do that in any capacity.
What was our advice last night for when we thought about potentially backing Strus? Don't back on undrafted first or second year players on the road and put up our shut up game.
Yeah, just stay away, man. Just stay away.
At home, I can see why you're going to target them, but still at the same point, when you're looking at the volume of each game and the matchups, the Warriors just match up too well with everyone not named Luka.
And yeah, and also the thing about Luka is he's the only guy on the team that can get a fucking call. These guys will put their head down and try to drive to the basket, and they're not getting any calls. The only guy getting calls is Luka, and then Brunson here and there.
Well, no, he's more finesse in the paint where he does the drop back up, and gets you out of your rhythm, and then does the old man layup. It's great.
The crazy footwork.
The Villanova layup. Post up the guards.
Yeah, you know the rules. But yeah, like I said, I think it'd be irresponsible for me to suggest props, to be honest with everyone. We just don't know. We just don't know what we are going to get. And I don't want to encourage anyone to, hey, take Reggie Bullock's threes. We just saw him fucking go 0 for 10. Like, like it's a bounce back spot. Well, he sucked the game before and the game before, so he hasn't bounced back at any capacity or in any capacity yet. So, for me, it's Golden State. I like Golden State minus 4.5 at plus 165. I think they ended tonight, and I think we see Steph Curry doing one of these.
Nope. We'll do that on Thursday in Oakland.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's okay.
Let's get to the NHL, what everyone is dying to come here for. The grade A analysis. I'll take the East game. Sosa's going to take the West and late coast, the late game. I just got to take the Hurricanes on the money line at -105 here. Shesterkin has kind of shown back up, bouncing off that Penn series because he hasn't allowed more than 3 goals. But in that last game, it's more the Rangers' putrid offense that has got me going. They got the first one off a power play, got the second one early. Hurricanes were able to tie it up, but never get the second one through. The Hurricanes outshot them by 10. Sure, you get a little bit of that more with the open net. So that's where the Hurricanes with the more reliant offense, and once the Hurricanes just need to score first here, because that's been Shesterkin's issue this playoff series is when he gets down early. So I just got to take the better offensive side and the team that's clicking, looking for revenge to go up 3-1, close it out at home to go face the Lightning. So I like the Canes on the money line at -105.
Okay. All right. Is that Andy a sports in there?
No, it's a fade Shesterkin move. Plus, I have to go into the office.
I was checking.
Plus, I have to go into the office, so everyone's going to be hyped about the Rangers in there. So I just got to get my Hurricanes.
All right. For me, we're going to go with Connor McDavid and them, man. We're rolling with them. He's the best player in hockey. I don't really think it's particularly close. And he's the best skater I've ever seen. He's the best skater in hockey I've ever seen. It's not even close. If he didn't play hockey, he'd be a figure skater. I really believe that. He's so smooth, bro. So smooth. I'm rocking with them tonight. I think they come out the West, man. The battle of Alberta has been interesting to say the least. His points, like his point prop is so juiced, it's insane, bro. Like, over 1.5 points at -165. Under is at +140. So they're just expecting this guy to come out and get you 3 points. You can't even bet his fucking.
Kind of the books haven't decided if Evander Kane has bet on himself yet to score a hat trick again.
Because, I sure hope so.
Our man Evander likes to gets probably tunes into Daily Bread because he likes it. But what Draisaitl and McDavid was doing to him in that last game, they were just saying, "Yo, you just want to deke the goalie real quick and just have a wide open net every single time and just place it with you there." Man, he was just tapping those in. So that's where think if you are scared to take the over 1.5 McDavid points, you just take the over here because you saw the first 2 games, they both broke double-digit goals. You finally got the under in the last one there, but I'm not going to buy in on the Oilers defense just yet and Mike Smith in the playoffs. So that's where I think the Flames could have their breakout and still, I mean, you just said why I think both teams scored 3. So I would take the over here if you don't want to take that juice for the McDavid points.
Absolutely. Get to get some hockey plays on the show, man. You know, it's like my favorite sport.
Yeah. Is your second favorite player Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on the Oilers?
Yeah. It's my favorite. I have no fucking clue who that is, by the way. The only 2 players I know on the team are Connor McDavid and the black guy. That's it. I don't.
Kane.
Obviously.
Who loves to gamble. That was the best story that came out. That was the thing is I have to look into more why Ridley got more shit than Evander Kane did for gambling.
Oh, man.
Started it off with the MLB. Then we got into the Warriors versus the Mavs. Sosa and I are going head-to-head. I'm not too scared because I got to go to Mass after church today, so maybe we'll pray for the Mavs ticket there. And then me and Sosa gave out NHL plays. My third one I've given out on the show. It is what it is. I'm trying to ignore the comments, but that is today's episode of Daily Bread.
Yeah, shout out to Anonymous. I don't know who the fuck you are, dog, but I fuck with you. You're hilarious, man. McJesus is unreal. He's amazing, man. He's amazing. Y'all need to check it out. I just got one more thing to say. One last thing. Trey Lance will win the MVP of the NFL this season.